y'all, most of you know my name by now. I want you to remember a name, Peggy Latrell. I'll get back to her in a minute. But I do want you to remember her name, Peggy Latrell. If you'll recall, the last time I was here was in the April meeting. At the April meeting, I thanked Mr. Thurman for putting video cameras up at the school, putting an alarm up at the school. I thanked him for a tour for the class of 74 that he'd given permission for. April was a good month for us. But then May came along. In May, the school was tagged with serious graffiti 8 different times. And none of the times did the cameras ever pick up a thing. I just don't believe that. I mean, the whole backside of that school was tagged. And for them to say none of the cameras saw anything, something's wrong there. It was also broken into 4 different times. And on all 4 of those occasions, the alarm never went off. Something's wrong there. You know, I'm a simple person, but I just don't understand how that can go on and that can happen. But then I talked to one of your officers, and he was real quick to point out that they've lost over 100 people in their department last year. I think you've got a morale problem in your safety department. May, like I say, was a bad month. Mr. Wilkins left. And when Mr. Wilkins left, all of a sudden, now we do not have permission to take the tour for the class of 74 in August. I was talking to Mr. Williams on Friday. I think he'll do a great job replacing Mr. Wilkins. But he did make a statement that sort of perturbed me. When I asked him how we lost permission, he said, I don't know who gave you permission, and I don't know if you had permission for the tour. Well, Mr. Thurman, since it was in a meeting with you and Mr. Wilkins that we were given permission, I do wish you would inform Mr. Williams that I did have permission at one time, and for some reason it just disappeared. Peggy Latrell was the person that we were supposed to have a fundraiser for in October. Once again, we had permission from Mr. Wilkins. He left. We don't have permission. The tour, no big deal. It's not life and death situation. But Peggy Latrell needed a new liver. Hers is a life and death situation that we just got taken away from.
Thank you very much, Tim.
Hi, I'm Carla Weston Brown. Mr. Thurman and members of the board, I come before you again to express my concerns about the harassment, bullying, and unprofessional treatment I received by my principal at Redan Middle School during the 2011-2012 school year, the hostile work environment she created, and the failure of the DeKalb County School District to handle this matter. You all have not only covered up and allowed this particular principal's poor leadership and ill behavior, but you participate in and cover up the same behaviors by other administrators and the area assistant superintendents who condone these behaviors. For example, CJ and 4 other teachers from Southwest DeKalb were reassigned at the end of the school year. Why? Because she dared to speak out. She dared to bring the unacceptable subpar leadership at Southwest DeKalb to your attention in a public forum at the May 2014 board meeting. The reassignment of these teachers is clearly an act of retaliation. You depend on your area assistant superintendents to resolve these issues, but you can't rely on them because they're all in bed together. They are friends and family and will protect their own. They tell you that they've resolved the issues, but that just means they participated in another cover-up. Additionally, the director of the Office of Internal Affairs/Legal Affairs is a huge part of the problem. He addresses the cases he chooses and literally ignores others, outright refusing to grant level 1 hearings, denying due process. This is a violation of board policy and state laws and guidelines. He's double dipping, and his being in this position and serving as a Georgia State Senator for District 43 is a conflict of interest. He's making the laws that govern the school district. Lawmakers should not be lawbreakers. When are you going to stop this behavior? You are the new superintendent and board. We expect more from you, and I ask you today to let this be the last day that you overlook the bullying, harassment, hostile work environment, retaliation, personal vendettas, and numerous other ill behaviors from these principals, area assistant superintendents, and director of the Office of Internal Affairs. With the many challenges presented in the classroom today, teachers need the support of their administrators. Teachers need your support. We need to all remember that this is the DeKalb County School District, and we all must put students first. There is a climate of rottenness and a culture of complacency in the DeKalb County School District. Mr. Thurman, you once stated that everyone can lay one brick when discussing bridging the gap between North and South DeKalb. I want to challenge you to lay the first brick, and that is the brick of integrity. Knowing what's right doesn't mean much unless you do what's right. Theodore Roosevelt. I will remain positive, professional, persistent, and present until you do the right thing. I won't back down.
Thank you for coming, Mrs. Byron.
Dr. Melvin Johnson.
Ann Wood. I'm sorry.
Good evening.
Good evening.
My name is Ann Woods. I am a DeKalb County employee for 30-plus years, and I'm here to discuss with you or share with you the, did you get your handouts that says speed study? Well, let me continue talking. I worked, I'm a sub-clerical person for the county, and I worked at Arabia Mountain, Flat Rock Elementary, and Browns Mill Elementary. And that road is very hard to travel, especially during the school hours. So with that said, I called Lieutenant Jordan out to share with him the speeds that persons drive on that road. He brought his forces out, and they did something about it one morning. But he did inform me that that was just that morning and that the speed limits were the issue. So then I called the governor's office and spoke to Mr. James Beal. He informed me that I needed to talk to Mr. Mike Lobdell. Long story short, the speed limits are being lowered. The signage will go up before, he said that the signage will go up before the new year starts for this school year. At Arabia Mountain, the speed limit will be reduced from 45 to 35. And there is a 55-mile-per-hour speed limit approaching Flat Rock Elementary. That will be lowered 20 miles per hour down to 35. The signage, as you enter Browns Mill Road from Martin Luther King Parkway, as you know now, there is no signage that lets you know that there's a school ahead, but that signage will be up at the beginning of the new school year. This was just a for your information presentation that I wanted to do because the safety of our students is the utmost. That's the premise on which I'm here today. I trust that you will get your handouts. That is a copy of the study. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your patience.
And thank you for the information and comments, Mrs. Wood. Mr. Byron Merritt.
Dr. Melvin Johnson and members of the Board of Education, Superintendent Michael Thurman, my name is Byron Merritt. I serve as the president of the Southwest DeKalb High School PTSA. This representative group of Southwest DeKalb High School parents have gathered here this evening to obtain justice for teachers who have been reassigned for speaking out about problems at Southwest DeKalb High School, to ask Mr. Thurman to reinstate the 5 teachers that have been reassigned away from Southwest DeKalb by the area superintendent in what looks to us as retaliation because they raised the serious concerns about how Southwest DeKalb High School was being run. In September of 2013, 25 Southwest DeKalb High School teachers attended the PTSA General Meeting and gave us a document listing 15 issues affecting the running of the school and impeding their ability to teach effectively. The document also included specific examples of the problems and made recommendations that would bring positive resolution to the matter. We have 88 ninth grade students coming to Southwest DeKalb High School on waivers this August. We have 80 ninth grade students, 9th and 10th grade students, not reading on grade level. Our graduation rate has dropped to 7th from the bottom in the county. The very teacher who has run our Summer Bridge program and 9th grade academy to help these struggling new students to get up to speed has been reassigned, further impeding these students' progress and guaranteeing that our graduation rates will continue to decline. It is imperative that our children have role models in front of them that reflect character, critical thinking, principled action, and the courage to act even when it puts one's job on the line. These are precisely the teachers we want and need in our school. This is the critical behavior that has been instrumental in our freedom struggle in this country since the first slave ship landed in Jamestown, Virginia in 1619. We celebrate Harriet Tubman, Fannie Lou Hamer, Medgar Evers, and Dr. King, yet when a contemporary Harriet Tubman or Fannie Lou Hamer stands in our midst, we strike her down. Have we forgotten the bloody path it took to get us here? If ever there was a time we need women and men of courage and strength and integrity, it is now. These are the model teachers we want standing in our school. We can run a school system of scared and intimidated teachers who are forced to go along to get along, and we will lose the hallowed American democracy in one generation. And black people will find ourselves back in hostile, segregated South and wonder how we got here. Very simple. We failed to protect the courageous ones God has placed in our midst. Southwest DeKalb has been the crown jewel of education in South DeKalb. We have been awakened from our slumber, and we accept responsibility for the performance of our school. We know the teachers we need and want in our school, respect our judgment as God-fearing and spirit-led women and men, reinstate our teachers, do not retaliate, give us a chance to rebuild Southwest DeKalb and restore it to its former glory. Thank you.
Ms. Cookie Huff apologized.
Not a problem. Good evening, board members. As you've said, I'm Cookie Huff. I want to start with two quotes. The first is from our great president, President Barack Obama, which says, "We have not chosen the circumstances in which we were born, but we can determine the circumstances in which we live." And the second is by the late Nelson Mandela, which says, "Education is the most powerful weapon we can use to change the world." As a proud parent of a magnet student at Southwest DeKalb High School, as the second vice president of the PTSA, and as a homeowner in the Southwest DeKalb area, I am here to let you know that I am very displeased and disconcerted with the recent state of events at our school. We have had teachers who have been reassigned. We see that it is a form of retaliation. It is my job to personalize it for you. We want to hone in on just one teacher, one great teacher. We have a teacher who has been to the school for 17 years. She is a teacher who teaches our special needs students. This teacher has shown her love and her care for the students by being there for them day in and day out. Also, this teacher shows her concern by, during her off time, she also serves as the co-coach for the Southwest DeKalb JV and varsity girls softball team. This teacher stood strong and showed her concerns for her special needs students by going to the, at that time, principal, letting her know that she was concerned about her classroom being reassigned. Her special needs teacher students were not only mentally challenged, but they were also physically challenged. The classroom was relocated to the back of the school near the stairwell. As a thinking, intelligent woman, she let the principal know that in the case of any emergency, that she would have a problem getting the students out of the school. She received the flip answer saying, well, if we ever decide to add an elevator, then you'll be okay. That showed the disdain and the disconcern for what her problems were at that time. We are standing here to ask that you would honor our teachers and that you would right the wrong that has been done by reassigning them. We are not asking, but we are demanding that you stand up for us as we stand up for our children, saying that we deserve the same education, the same care, the same love as the other side of DeKalb County. And also we want to let you know that not only do we want our teachers put back in place, but we appreciate that you've sent us a survey asking us about our principal, but we want you to know that we have a name for our principal, and we want you to come to us and discuss it with us because we have the person that we want to put in place. We thank you for your time. Have a good day.
Thank you for coming, Mrs. Huff. I will call an additional 5 names. Monica Fodderingham, James Wardell, Penny Long, John Evans, Kelvin Griffin.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, members of the board, Mr. Thurman. Picture this. A valiant former Teacher of the Year and coordinator of the 9th grade academy and the Summer Bridge program valiantly speaks up at a regularly scheduled PTSA meeting to speak about the ongoing problems at the school that have devastated the morale among staff members. Before I go any further, let me give you a little about my background. I'm the parent of a rising 11th grader and 2 proud, accomplished alumni. Therefore, I bleed Panther blue and gold. I know whereof I speak. So we have this teacher who valiantly speaks up at a PTSA meeting. Fast forward to summer vacation, and this teacher, along with others who attended this meeting to support her, are transferred to other schools. This action was taken despite reassurances from our area superintendent that there would be no retaliation against staff members who spoke out. I do remember thinking at that time, though, that this should have been a safe forum for that staff member to speak out because there were so many witnesses there, the parents, students, and other meeting attendees. Mr. Thurmond, you also attended and spoke at one of our PTSA meetings during this past school year. Several things you said resonated with me, but one item I remembered from that meeting I'll quote for you here. You said that any day DeKalb County school system is not in the news is a good day for you. Do you remember saying that, Mr. Thurmond? I remember it well. And I am assuming you meant in the news for negative reasons. Well, here we go again. Possibly being in the news because of DeKalb County school administrators retaliating against staff members who dared speak their mind and perpetrating petty agendas that ultimately hurt who? Our students. The last time I addressed this board, I reminded them and the administration that it's about the children. The education of our children should be the highest priority of the DeKalb County school system. Some of our administrators have clearly lost sight of that. Please see that these staff members who are reinstated so that the business of education can continue at Southwest DeKalb in an atmosphere of stability for the students and with staff members who are free from fear. Administrators come and go. We know that. That goes with the territory. But it's the teachers and other staff members who remain there year after year that bring the stability that ensures the success that Southwest DeKalb enjoys academically, athletically, and artistically. Let DeKalb County school system be in the news for positive items on those fronts. Again, Please reinstate the staff members who were transferred from SWD for what definitely appears to be retaliatory reasons. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for coming. James Waddell. Penny Long.
Hi, my name is Penny Long, Superintendent Thurman, and members of the board. I am a concerned Southwest DeKalb parent who is an active PTSA member, parent, community member, and taxpayer. We, the parents, want the very best for our students. Many other parents purposely chose Southwest DeKalb because of the rich history and legacy in our community. We didn't bus our kids on the other side of town. We kept them in our community. I hope you have evaluated our school and noted that we are very diverse and complex. And that means we have, as you already heard, we have special needs kids, we have magnet programs, the accelerated program, we have resident students, and we have non-resident students. And due to the economy in our area, it was heavily impacted, which unfortunately we went from considered one of the most affluent, first or second affluent African-American neighborhoods in the whole country to being a Title I school right now. So our demographics have changed drastically in our area. Now, unfortunately, school is no longer about education. School cannot just be concerned about profits only and run like a business. We are our kids' first teachers, the parents. We're their first teachers. Our teachers do matter, and we require and we demand that you take into consideration our kids as well. We want the very best too. Now, a great teacher is able to assess the student and find out what their learning style is. Are they visual? That means do they learn by sight? Are they auditory, by hearing, or tactile by feeling? So whatever way that teacher is able to get to that kid, that's what we want in our school. Because all kids aren't the same. They're not all the same. So we want our teachers to help our kids to learn concepts, to comprehend, and do critical thinking. You know, technology is wonderful. Everybody's going on and on about technology. But technology does not give you that personal touch. A teacher will tell you when a kid gets it, they light up like a Christmas tree. And only a dedicated, loving, caring teacher can do that. So we want you to reinstate our teachers. Another reason why you need to reinstate our teachers is because they require an expectation of our kids, and they cause them to rise to the challenge. And that's what we want our kids to do. Now, you can teach a monkey how to take a test, and actually they'll do well if you teach a monkey how to do that. But we're standing in the gap for our parents who cannot advocate for our children. Please reassign our teachers back to our schools and carefully evaluate our next principal. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Long.
Mr. Chairman, board members, superintendent, I'm here on a mission of mercy. I know these legal services are floating around somewhere. We've heard about it, heard that the ones you had retired, and we want to know where the process is. And the one thing that we have as a problem over at the NAACP is that we can never be sure that blacks are going to be represented. And we want to make it clear to all of you that we're expecting that process to work. If you know you don't have all the ingredients, you have to do something to make it work. And the makeup of this board or the makeup of this county almost demands that we have good representation from black law firms. We're not talking about who, what, and where, but we're certainly talking about having some. And I think you all understand what I mean. If we don't do it, nobody else is going to do it. If we have control and we don't use it, nobody else is going to work it out for us. We have to take what we have and mandate that we want some black firms in that process. Now, I know realistically that on a normal, straightforward bid process, we won't make it. I know we won't make it. So we are asking those who believe in doing the right thing to make sure that the ingredient of black law firms is involved in the process. I don't know what you have to do. I don't know what you've done to date. But that process needs to be looked at to make sure that we have representation. We can't say it too many times. We cannot say it too many times that we need black representation in the legal matters of this system. And I hope that you all will certainly put your minds to it. Whatever you need to do to massage it, make sure you do that. For if you don't, I say it will be an injustice to this district. We've had black representation most of the time here recently, and we hope and expect you to do it again this time. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Evans. Kelvin Griffin.
Kevin Griffin. I'm a proud supporter of Southwest DeKalb High School. I came here at the last meeting and I spoke to you. And I appreciate what you took time to do, Mr. Thurman. But when I closed out with one thing, that was when I said bullying looks like it's playing its hands again. When you look at our teachers that they put that time in for years in and years out to do a great job by them speaking out, and some of them we probably would have more to speak out, but they're worried about the same situation that may happen to them. If we don't have our teachers to speak up for what they believe in, what are we doing? Are we having a dictator system that just allows them to come in and just be puppets and not do what they need to do as teachers, or allow them to just be bullied, not just by the administrators, by parents, by the students, by anybody in general, because they have nobody to back them? That's a terrible injustice. I really came up here to say a lot of other things, but I think everybody else on our board and our parents and everybody else have pretty much covered it. But I am going to say this. I'm very proud of the teachers that are there. I will stand behind them by anything they need and will do. And they know at any time they can call me, and I will be the voice for them who cannot speak. And I'm a proud supporter of my school and my community. If we don't do something drastically, what are we going to have? A bunch of students walking the streets on a day-to-day basis. Crime goes up. A lot of them end up in jail. Have we impacted our community by doing that? No. But if you let our teachers try to make a change in these students by giving them a little more freedom, a little more chances to do something different that nobody else is trying to do, it can all change. And I'm going to leave it with this. We have great teachers. I'm going to continue to back, not just in our community, but throughout our community on the south end of DeKalb County. There are some great teachers, and all of them need to have a voice in what they need in their schools. Thank you.
Mr. Willie Pringle.
I would like to say, first of all, good evening to Mr. Thurman, Dr. Johnson. First, giving honor to God, who is the head of my life. I can do all things through Christ, which strengthens me. I'm here on behalf of our children, our community. When I look at and see the things that's going on now, not just only here in the state of Georgia. I was just in Alabama over the weekend. They're having the same issue that we are having right now. When I'm looking at right now of all the things that's taking place, our children on the back burner. This whole education arena now is about the dollar sign. And that's why I'm here, letting you all know, as you all decision making, it's a shame to see how we continue with all these lawyers that you're bringing on board, that you done got rid of, that done paid millions of dollars from our children's funds. It's a shame. With these cases that we're looking at still pending, Mr. Thurman, please do the right thing. You're in the chair of leadership. And when I'm looking at all our teachers, what they're going through within the school system, Mr. Thurman, you are the man that make the decision. And God put you in the position of leadership. All our children looking to you for the decision. But I look at overall, the cases that dealing with our school, that's still costing us tax dollars. Because I'm looking at the money right now over at Southwest that are being spent. Over $100 million been spent on Southwest, and it's a shame. But I'm looking at our teachers are the ones that's suffering. The employees are suffering. This is a thing that is not right. Until you do the right thing, our school system is going to still go through trials and tribulations. And I want to say to Mr. Campbell, you're our representative. You're drawing a paycheck of our tax dollars that you should not be getting. You are not representing us at all, period, Mr. Campbell. And I'm glad to know that you're stepping down. Nothing personal, because I love you with the love of Jesus, my brother. But it's all about our children. I have to say, as a former board member, Donna Etler, she reached out to our community. She had meetings for the community. And that's something I got to say we haven't had. We see the effect with our children. So I'm saying to you, as a board member, please step up for the remaining little term you got. Meet with the people in the community. But above all, I want y'all board to know, do the right thing for the children, okay? And for the parents that are going through suffering, okay? I want to thank you. I bless each and every one of you. Have a good evening.
Thank you, Mr. Pringle. Did Mr. James Wardell come in? He did not. Okay. This concludes our citizen comment portion.